Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. We are back for the continuation of day 2 of the second National Makapuno Summit. Again, I'm Adora Joy P. Plete, checking in as your host for this afternoon. The first 1.5 days of the summit were full of highlights, status, initiatives for, and success stories in the Makapuno industry. This time, we will witness the presentation of the research and development posters from the different participating institutions. Of course, we would like to acknowledge Dr. Yolanda A. Ilagan and her committee members who facilitated the screening and evaluation of the poster entries. But before we see the presentation of the top 3 winning posters, let me first announce the winner of the Viewer's Choice Award. There were 6 entries for this category, and the winning poster accumulated the most number of points on the Facebook page of DOST Calabarzon during the voting period, which happened from 9 a.m. of November 20 to 6 p.m. of November 24. To receive 5,000 pesos, the Viewer's Choice Award goes to Coconut Ice Cream with Makapuno Liquid Endosperm, authored by Ms. Nika C. Barion, Ms. Fria Lauren M. Hadulang, and Ms. Josephine P. Nieva of Philippine Coconut Authority Albay Research Center. Congratulations, Max, and to the PCA ARC. Also, allow me to recognize the poster evaluators. We have Dr. Paul Jersey G. Leron, Senior Science Research Specialist of the Applied Communication Division of DOST Picard, Dr. Edna A. Anit, Director of the Crops Research Division of DOST Picard, and Dr. Erlinda Pajerillo, Scientist for and retired Division Chief of PCA Albay Research Center. There were 9 entries for the poster presentation. And after the pre-evaluation, which happened on November 24 via Cisco WebEx, the panel of evaluators came up with the top 3 posters. And these posters were evaluated using the following criteria: content 50%, design 30%, total impact 20%, for a total of 100%. Now we move on to the presentation of the winning posters. This will be, their order of presentation will be in descending rank. And may I remind the presenters that you only have a maximum of 20 minutes to present. Let us start with the third best poster. The third best poster is entitled Sustainable Embryo Cultured Makapuno Production at Lipa Agricultural Research and Experiment Station, authored by Cynthia D. P. Lascano, Ms. Adelita M. Rosales, Ms. Eden F. Recon, and Ms. Marlene C. Marave. And this will be presented to us this afternoon by Ms. Cynthia D. P. Lascano. The screen is yours, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. I would like to present to you our RDE poster entitled Sustainable Embryo Cultured Makapuno Production at Lipa Agricultural Research and Experiment Station. Authored by yours truly, Adelita M. Rosales, Eden Ricon, and Miss Marlene Marave. We all know that Makapuno is a high-value crop in the Philippines. And with the increasing demand for Makapuno as main ingredients to many food and non-food products, it created interest for farmers, private investors, and entrepreneurs to engage in its production. Traditional practice of planting nuts from Makapuno bearing palms had been observed to result in a very low recovery of Makapuno nuts, usually 2 to 21%, according to our scientist, Ma'am Erlinda Pirillo. Our station, Lipa Agricultural Research and Experiment Station in Region 4A Calabarzon, has an existing 2 hectares demo farm of tall and dwarf variety of Makapuno that serves as the sources of embryos for in vitro culture and Makapuno meat for processing of different products. We have modified the laboratory protocol. We have established Makapuno nursery at the station, and with the implementation of package of technologies in our demo farms and the adoption of modified laboratory protocol that we have developed, we were able to produce 5,483 embryo cultured Makapuno seedlings and around 5,000 standing cultures at different stages in the laboratory for the last 5 years. Those ECM seedlings we produced were sold and distributed to more than 300 farmers within Calabarzon and other provinces. DA Lares also supporting the project in Alabat, Quezon, which is the establishment of Makapuno Island by providing seedlings to the farmers of Alabat, Quezon. Initially, we have allocated 800 ECM, which is equivalent to 8 hectares, planted to Makapuno in the island, and we will continue providing embryo-cultured Makapuno seedlings. The ECM technology was also disseminated to other institutions with ECM laboratories. ECM seedlings and processed products that we have produced and developed at the station were promoted to different exhibits, like during bar technology commercialization, during Tienda of the Department of Agriculture, and our technology commercialization facility in Lares. Our laboratory at the station is continuously producing quality planting materials of ECM that substantially increase the income of the station, making it self-propelling and self-sustaining center, and contributing to the gap of 300 hectares goal of area planted with Makapuno by 2022, according to our recent Makapuno roadmap. Embryo-culture based industries in the Philippines reflect the new thinking of the Department of Agriculture towards attaining masaganang ani at malaking kita ng ating magsasaka. That would be all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much and congratulations once again, Ma'am Lescano and the rest of the team, and also to DA Calabarzon Field Office. They will receive a cash prize of 5,000 pesos. We now move on to the second best poster. And this poster is the entry from Visayas State University entitled Development and Quality Evaluation of Makapuno Biscotti, offered by Ms. Maricel A. Dorna, Sir Nito L. Dorna, and Ms. Daya. The poster will be presented by Ms. Maricel A. Dorna. Yours, ma'am. Ma'am Liorna. Okay, we're just checking the list of participants to see if Ma'am Liorna is around to present their poster. There on your screen, you can see the second best poster for this year's summit. I'm just waiting for any notification if Ma'am Liorna is here, and also checking the list of participants, panelists, and attendees. Okay, so I think we will move on to the next paper, and then later, if Ma'am Liorna will be able uh, to join us on board, then we will give her time to present. Okay, now finally, this summit's best poster with a cash prize of 10,000 pesos. Are we now ready for the drum roll? Okay, finally, this summer's best poster with a cash prize of 10,000 pesos. Also, the viewer's choice awardee, coconut ice cream with Makapuno liquid endosperm. And this is to be presented by Jessica C. Barion of Philippine Coconut Authority, Albay Research Center.
Hello, good afternoon po.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Malinaw po yung ano, yung audio.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay po, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. In behalf of our team, Miss Priya Loren M. Hadulang and Miss Josephine T. Nieva, I'm going to present to you our poster entitled Coconut Ice Cream with Makapuno Liquid in the Sperm. The makapuno is known for its very thick and fluffy solid endosperm, in almost filling the whole nut cavity. While its meat is popularly used in dessert and delicacies making, its thick liquid endosperm is commonly underutilized or discarded as waste. Did you know that for every 100 makapuno nuts, an average of 7.6 liters of makapuno liquid endosperm can be collected, and if not utilized, will be put into waste? So the main objective of this study is to maximize the utilization of edible parts of makapuno, like the viscous makapuno liquid endosperm, which is considered waste during makapuno meat processing. So what is makapuno liquid endosperm? The makapuno liquid endosperm is a viscous, white, and translucent liquid that nearly fills the remaining core of the makapuno nut. It contains polysaccharides like galactomannan, making it a potential thickening and stabilizing agent in food preparations. You may ask, what is the role of stabilizers in ice cream? Stabilizers reduce the degree of ice crystal growth, influencing viscosity and other rheological properties, and improves the melting behavior of ice creams. Common stabilizers available in the market are guar gum, carabine gum, cellulose gum, starches, and flour. The activity towards the development of our protocol for the production of coconut ice cream with makapuno liquid endosperm is being integrated with gum extraction from makapuno solid endosperm. The collected waste makapuno liquid endosperm is used for ice cream production and other food product processing such as in edible film and mochi ice cream production. During the product development, we have devised two processing techniques. One is the conventional method using a hand mixer and the other using the ice cream maker. The advantage of having an ice cream maker are the following. One, you can save time. Two, you can use it for a larger production capacity. And three, it is less laborious. However, if you are just starting your homemade business, you can use a hand mixer as an alternative. Both processing techniques produce good quality ice cream, but you can achieve higher overrun using the ice cream maker. Trials on coconut ice cream productions were done following the recipe of PCA Product Development Division in 2011 using cassava flour. This was modified using Makapuno liquid endosperm as stabilizer. Sensory evaluation using a not a test of the most highly acceptable formulation was initially judged during the focus group discussion and later by the 42 identified panelists. This was done in order to validate the repeatability of our method. Adjustment on the mixing time and volume of cream were done to achieve a standard overrun of the coconut ice cream, which is 30 to 40%. Based on the activities conducted, here are significant findings. One, Makapuno liquid in the sperm is 100% natural. It can be utilized directly after simple pasteurization without additional additives. And it can last for 3 months under chilled temperature. Two, coconut ice cream is not only high in protein, but it can also be a good source of minerals. The coconut milk composition gives the coconut ice cream higher protein and calcium contents. The coconut ice cream has higher protein content than regular ice cream by 45%. 3. The coconut ice cream is highly acceptable. Sensory evaluation and consumer acceptability tests showed that 54.9% of the respondents perceived that the sample as strongly liked and 45.90% as liked, showing that our product was 100% acceptable. And lastly, zero waste by maximizing Makapuno byproducts. The collected 7.6 liters waste Makapuno liquid into sperm, if utilized in ice cream production, can have a yield of 1,586 75 ml cups, and each cup can be sold for about 25 to 30 pesos. The utilization of Makapuno liquid in the sperm can be also integrated with Makapuno meat processing, thereby utilizing all the edible parts of the Makapuno nut, and as well as giving additional product line and income to the Makapuno processors. For our conclusion, Makapuno liquid in the sperm is a natural ingredient which enhances the quality of ice cream. It can also be used as stabilizer in coconut ice cream production and can reduce the formation of ice crystal and improve the ice cream meltdown. And lastly, utilization of MLE, which is considered waste in Makapuno meat processing, produces additional high-value product. That's all po. Thank you.
Thank you very much and congratulations again, Ma'am Nika Barion, si
Thank
Lauren
you,
M. Hadulang, and Ma'am Josephine T. Nieva
si Ma'am Jo.
of PCAARC. Congratulations po. Parang back to
Thank
back
you po. Thank you for
viewers
the
choice na
opportunity.
best poster pa. Okay? So I'm just waiting for a signal if Ma'am Liorna is already on board. We will give them the opportunity, of course, to present their paper as well. But as I am waiting, Dr. Anit and Dr. Madrigal are sending their congratulations to all the winners for the R&D poster. So, Ismam Leon. Anyway, if our audience have a question for the winning posters or for the presenters, then kindly type them in the Q&A box or in the chat box. And I'm very sure that they will be very glad to answer your questions. Let me just check if Ma'am Leorna is already here. It seemed like we're having problems with internet connection and all, but still, yeah, we'll be able to push this through. Let me see.
Is there any questions coming from the Facebook viewers?
Yes, please. Also, I will check na rin, sir, if we have questions from Facebook.
Yeah.
No questions, but more of congratulations to the winners. And of course, thank you also to our Facebook viewers for being with us in this 2-day National Makapuno Summit. Okay. Dr. Rio says, congratulations ARC, start na yan. Wow.
Thank you po, Doc Lilio and Ma'am Anne po. Thank you, Ma'am Linda.
As I mentioned this morning, participating in forums like this will help us to further the research, further improve the researches that we do. And this also gives us the opportunity to connect to the right people who can help us in our researches and the organizations as well. Okay, so do we have questions from the audience? Ma'am Nika?
Yes po.
Yes. Ma'am, are you planning to commercialize this coconut ice cream? Or is this already available in the market in your area?
Ah, yes po. That's part of our next step po, yung commercialization. Actually po, mag-start na po yung ano namin, yung upscaling, yung parang sa pilot scale production po ng coconut ice cream. Kasama na rin po dun yung shelf stability study. Yes po,
Mm.
that's part of our ano po, next steps to look on.
I have a question, ma'am.
Okay, there's a question daw po. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, so has this been, applied for what we call a patent for utility model, so that in case there is someone interested to to adopt, you could utilize it as one of your output of commercialization, instruments for commercialization.
Sir, can you repeat your question po?
Okay. Has PCA Albay applied this particular innovation or as a utility model in the patent office, so that in case someone would like to utilize it?
Sir, sir, that's yung next ano natin, next step.
Okay, that's the next step. Yeah, because I was talking with my brother, K General. The PCA researchers should maximize the output of their own researches, and then try to apply for patent so that you could go to the process of technology commercialization to technology transfer agreement, provided you have to undergo the license, patent application. So thereby you could also, we could assist you in the creation of the Fairness Opinion Board and so on and so forth. So we encourage the researchers from PCA to do that. Thank you very much.
Dr. Alex.
Yes po, sir.
Dr.
Yes,
Alex, this is
yes, ma'am.
Erlene.
Yes,
Erlene,
Dr. Erlene.
okay. Actually, we just had created the IPR team, and then one of the technologies that we will be considering is this ice cream, the liquid endosperm ice cream, and meron na pong instruction. Actually, the administrator already instructed the group, our legal, at saka po the researchers, to develop the protocol for IPR. And we will consider this one, considering this is one of our best technology out of the Galactumanan.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Arlene.
Wow, thank you very much po. Thank you very much. Yes, okay. So, any other questions from our audience? Ma'am Nika and the other one, Ma'am Lescano, I'm sure are very willing to answer your questions. While I am still waiting for the signal if Ma'am Liorna is already on board. Okay. Um, of course, I would also like to acknowledge, I don't have the list at the moment, but if I have time later, I will mention one by one the other poster presenters. I haven't, I did not prepare the, wait, can I access it now? But again, thank you to the other institutions who sent their poster entries. And I think, okay. Can we take a 5-minute break so we can arrange, we can, solve the technical problem happening? The presenter cannot come in, cannot join in, and we'll also settle some technical issues. We'll be back after 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we are back. Allow me to acknowledge the other poster entries. First is the establishment of Embryo Cultured Makapuno Demonstration Farm in Upland, Antipolo City, Phase 3, entry from University of Rizal System. Also, the Sustainable Embryo Cultured production. This is the third best paper at Lares. And then Visayas State University, Characterization and Acceptability of Spray-Dried Embryo Cultured Makapuno from Batangas State University. Um, Quality Profile of Makapuno Liquid Endosperm, effects of processing on the microbial properties of embryo cultured makapuno and sensory properties of products with ECM, again from Batangas State University. Coconut ice cream with makapuno liquid endosperm from PCA Albay Research Center. Um, uh, the development and quality evaluation of makapuno biscotti from Visayas State University. And this one is from, the poster is entitled Formulating Cosmetic Products Using Makapuno Galactomannan as Emulsifier and Thickener. Once again, thank you very much for your participation and congratulations to all our winners. Before we proceed, um, we will hear another plenary, this time on the topic a national perspective on the status initiative or initiatives for Makapuno industry in Papua New Guinea. He wasn't able to join us yesterday, but he's here right now. Let's all welcome the manager of Productivity Improvement Program, Kokonas Industry Corporation in Papua New Guinea, Mr. Alfred Kimbu. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. First of all, to the organizers, my sincere apologies that I couldn't join in the first day. But I'm so happy and delighted that I can share to everyone a status of the Makapuno, or as we call it in Papua New Guinea, New Garuk in Papua New Guinea. So thank you so much for having me. First of all, I would like to say that in my presentation, I will give an account of the background as the outline of my presentation, the survey and reported case of New Garuk in or Makapuno in Papua New Guinea, and also the collection mission that we had, and then the few field plantings of our plantlets that our plants that we have raised. And I would like to show you some sample pictures of what we have present here in Papua New Guinea, and also to just mention briefly utilization and the way forward as we look ahead in strengthening our efforts in developing the Makapuno or New Garuk in our country. So firstly, I would like to say that the first encounter for me as an individual, and I can say for Papua New Guinea, for the introduction of Makapuno was at Albay Research Center. Was around about the year 2005, thereabout. Madam Linda can correct me on that, but it was around the time that we had a cogent organized embryo culture training for representative from Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. And it was during that time that I was introduced to, and as a country as a whole, to the Makapuno as an existing in the coconut in the field. And so I must say that I was privileged to be taught by one of the best in the business, and I have gained a lot of valuable knowledge and lessons on Makapuno by Madam Elinda Rillo. And so this has created a very great interest in me. So I vowed to myself that after I return to my country, I would spend time in prospecting, asking farmers, and looking at our coconut plantations or farmers' field, whether we have Makapuno or the soft endosperm coconut existing in our country. And so we did. We did a bit of survey and prospection. And if you can see in the number 4th slide, just you saw from where we are at our Stewart Research Station in Medang province. We went out hunting and looking around, asking farmers whether they have seen or they have any knowledge of this kind of soft endosperm coconut. And so close to our location, we located the 4 sites from which we collected some of our materials. Also, in another province further away, again in the north, in Morobe province, there's one site in an island out of Morobe province. So by way of distribution and existing of known presence of the soft endosperm coconut or Makapuno, we have them in the location as indicated in the map there. Just to go mention some things about the collection missions that we did. During the collection mission, what basically the team wanted to find out is where these palms are present, in what locations, in what form or state, whether it has a full soft endosperm like the Makapuno that we have in Philippines or elsewhere, or is it different? And so during our missions, we cracked nuts and we took samples and tasted them. During that mission, what we collected as the farmers showed us, that we collected dry nuts from the identified farms in the farmers' field, from the locations that are close to us. So we collected ungerminated mature nuts. And also during the collection or the collection missions that we had, we noticed that in some of the new Garuko Makapuno palms, we noticed that at the base, some pollen nuts, not all, some of the pollen nuts has germinated. And you could say that, yeah, okay, those are the normal ones. But anyhow, we were intrigued. We were interested to find out. So what we did was we got a Mesenti, and we open up the germinated nut from the distal end. That's from the end opposite to where the sprout is. So we opened up the nut and had a taste of the endosperm that if it's soft or semi-solid, or we decided, the team decided that because that was the opportunity for us to amass and collect anything that is as close to Makapuno as much as possible. So that's what we did. We opened up, we tasted. It's not normal, strong, but semi-solid, crunchy or soft. And so we collected those sprouted seed nuts. So as I said, during the collection mission, we collected mature nuts, ungerminated mature nuts, and sprouted nuts after opening and checking them up. So the seedlings were collected, tie them together, or put in a bag, and brought back to the research station. Further treatment, we removed the remaining endosperm, and we heat it up, we sterilize coir dust, and then pack them inside the hollow nut after removing all the endosperm. And then we planted them in poly bags, and after they grew, we planted them. The next to mention about the number of plants we have in our small field at the research station, and the documentation that we had done for the variety, I may say, that we have existing in our country. So we have so far field planted on our research station some plantlets that were collected during the collection mission, and these are mostly from the tall palms. We have currently in the field about 19 palms, only tall, which are about 14 years old, and they are bearing already. We have been collecting and sampling nuts for visitors who dropped in the station, mostly for dignitaries from HQ and other politicians to inform them about the value of germplasm conservation and diversity. Yeah. So we had those times that we saw them and they had a taste. The other thing to mention is so far the Makapuno hasn't been cited, or any record that we receive of that came from the dwarf palms in Papua New Guinea. So we still have to continue to look. There may be existing Makapuno dwarf palms out there in the field. We have to continue our search. As you can see in slide number 6 there, we have documented New Garuk information, and this has been submitted to the CGRG together with other information for the international for South Pacific. Now I move on to show you some sample pictures what we have existing in PNG. There's varying types that we have here, and this is mostly due to the fact that our palms are not planted in an isolated field. It is planted which are nearby other palms, so you can expect cross-pollination there. So, but anyway, in the slide there, you see some pictures there that we had some that look fairly normal to the eye, but they are very soft. We have some that are semi-soft, some which are not so soft, and there are others which are very, very soft that you can use spoon to scoop it out, or even you can use your fingers to scrape it out. It's to show how soft it is. Although to say that it's unlike the Makapuno we have in Philippines, it's normal. The size is, there's no messy collection of endosperm filling up the whole cavity, but it looks normal and it's soft. I'd like to just make a few comments here about our way forward as we look ahead in amassing or building our numbers for the number of palms we have. The first one I want to mention here is to continue prospection. to ascertain the distribution of Makapuno type palms in PNG and to find out if there are dwarfs types existing in our country. To bulk up the number of plantings in the research station so that we can use as a base to do more research work, especially in the light of production of edible products for our use in the country. The third point that I'd like to mention is to carry out awareness on the usefulness of new garu in PNG, as not many people are aware of this soft endosperm nuts, because most of our people they make copra, and so nuts that have soft endosperm to them is useless. It's no good for copra, so they usually throw it away. And for others, they by chopping down the palms that produce this soft endosperm coconut. And so, as a way forward, it is important for us to do awareness and inform the people about the usefulness and the value of this Makapuno type coconut. The last point to mention there as a way forward is to organize and carry out trainings on preparation of all products from Makapuno type coconut. And in this regard, certainly our networks, Cogent, ICC, we look forward to assistance from Philippines, Indonesia, maybe Vietnam, other countries, from the experts you have to teach us to start to produce so it can give value to this soft endosperm coconut, that it's not bad and not good for copra, but it can be used as edible products. And lastly, to acknowledge some people who have really influenced the small work that we have in PNG, especially to Madam Elinda Rilo for the valuable trainings gained and a lot of encouragement that I had. My thanks also to Cogent for organizing the training some years back that brought us this, gave me the awareness of the existence of these very useful products, as I heard from the other presenters. And my thanks also to my colleagues who supported me in these small activities in our country so far. Thank you. That brings me to the end of the small presentation on the status of Makapuno type coconut in Papua New Guinea. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kimbu, and we are very happy that you were able to join us this afternoon, especially Ma'am Erlinda Rillo. She sent a chat message that she is thanking you for making it this afternoon.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Do we have questions for Mr. Kimbu? Sir Alex, please. Thank
Yes,
you.
please. Thank you very much, Ma'am Splatter. Well, I would like to thank Mr. Alfred for joining us in this symposium and trying our best to really connect with us in spite of the difficulty in our connections. You know?
Yes.
And I would
Thank
like,
you.
just like you, I would like to give a big acknowledgement and thanks for Dr. Rillo, because without Dr. Rillo's what we call
Amen. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
without her network, previous network, we will not be able to assemble all the international speakers, of course, except the Singaporean speaker. But all this will point to the fact that I'm throwing a question here to the PCA. Since the CODNET is not anymore operating, and there is a wide array of species of Makapuno, not similar to Makapuno, existing like in Indonesia, in Papua New Guinea. Maybe we have not yet seen what is in Thailand, Doctor, because there's no presentation of the in Thailand, and now one in Vietnam. My question now to PCA, particularly the breeding group of Dr. Ramon Rivera, is that are we going to pursue the establishment of a genetic database of Makapuno in the ASEAN region, and try to map out the genetic makeup or the genetic profile of all these Makapuno variants among the ASEAN country. And then we could later on look into the profile of the fatty acids, and then the galactomannan content, and so on and so forth. So that's a question for PCA, if Dr. Erlinda is there or Ramon Rivera is there.
Okay, can somebody from PCA answer? Okay, so I think, sir, I can't see Sir Rivera among the list of the panelists. But yeah, later we will check again. But Ma'am Rilio would like to say something. Ma'am, the screen is yours po.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, very clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, Alfred, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
I noticed in your presentation, what you have presented is not Makapuno. I remember you wanted to find out if you have Makapuno
Yes.
in PNG. I told you
Yes.
to ask around, and you did.
Yes.
And now I can see that you found another kind of soft endosperm coconut. And it seems that it is very similar to what we have here, which I have called Lono.
Uh-huh.
Luno. I have the first publication. I published that at the APCC international newsletter before I retired. Before I
Mhm.
retired, I wanted to show that the Luno coconut is performing the way Makapuno would perform in vitro, and I'm very thankful to Dr. Pons Batugal for giving me some money to show that. The Lono coconut can also be embryo cultured, and it will also give you high yield of Lono coconuts. Before I
Mhm.
retired, I was able to plant 7 of them at ARC, but after the typhoon, I think it was Riming, there were only 2 left. But now they're productive, and the ARC I think is now making embryo cultured Lono coconuts. And what you have shown
Mhm.
in your picture is very much
Yes.
like the Luno coconut. It is not Makapuno.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so if you will continue to study that, we can compare what we have found. Before I retired, I was able to give samples of A2 IPB for fatty acid analysis, and it show that it has a very high fatty acid content. That's the
Okay.
first analysis that we did. But up to now, I don't know if ARC has other researches being done on Luno. So that is
Mm.
another soft endosperm coconut that we have in the Philippines.
Okay.
Picard was telling me before that what would I want to do with the Luno, because you cannot make copra out of it. You cannot make sweets out of it because it melts. So I told them I wanted to see this in the future being sold together with fruits in the fruit stand, because it is so nice to eat when it is chilled. It is so creamy.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you have tasted it, Alfred. It is so
Mhm.
creamy and so nice to eat, even with your hands. I remember
Yes.
the lady administrator of PCA before, who was telling me that, Linda, she said, I do not eat coconut because I don't like it. It is hard. nothing, not exciting to eat. But she was holding half nut of the luno, and she said, "What is this that I am eating? I'm almost finishing it, and this is coconut. What is this?" Because she was so excited about this.
Mm,
It is so nice
mm,
to eat. So nice to eat. I think it is high time that PCA and other agencies can look at this again, because this is another opportunity for the
absolutely.
coconut. Yeah, an excellent, excellent opportunity for the coconut industry in the Philippines. Another soft endosperm coconut that we have here, and I
Mm,
have a short research on this. It is at PCA ARC. The first survey we did, how many luno coconuts are there around, and we were able to show that. And from there, there can be more research on this. Thank you, Alfred, for coming, because you have shown that
yeah.
there is another soft endosperm coconut in the Philippines as well as in PNG. Look around for more,
Yes.
and you might
Yes.
find your Makapuno there. As you said, you wanted to have Makapuno also in PNG. I told you you will find it.
Yes.
You will find it if you look harder. And thank you for
Yes.
looking.
You told me. I remember. You told me.
Yeah,
We'll keep on looking.
yeah, keep on looking, and you will find it. And thank
Yeah.
you for doing, and you found it.
Yes.
Thank you really, Alfred, for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you. I apologize for any inconvenience
Yes,
that I may
I
have.
thought this morning I already told Aaron that we will drop you because you did not answer my last
I'm
email.
sorry.
But then
I'm
finally you
sorry.
said you are in, and I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
remember our cogent work.
Thank you
Yes.
very much, Dr. Rilio.
Yeah,
Sir
welcome.
Dr. Madrigal, would you like to say something?
We have found out that according to Dr. Elio, it's something that you know, ano, yung variety doon.
Yeah, I heard
Still,
you have
I'm
tasted
still,
it, Alex. You have
uh,
tasted it. You
yeah,
have
yeah,
tasted it.
in Albay.
Yes, I told you.
Yeah.
So, di ba? Taste mo na.
So it's similar one that is in Papua New Guinea.
Mm.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
I think it's similar.
how
Similar.
about the one in Vietnam? Have you seen it, ma'am?
The one in Vietnam is Makapuno. Wala silang luno. They don't have luno.
So
They have
inherent,
Makapuno.
it's an
They have
inherent.
the
They
inherent.
have they have their native Makapuno.
I doubt.
Oh,
I doubt.
I thought so.
Galing
It's
sa atin. Galing sa atin.
so it comes. So they have a Makapuno coming from the Philippines. The same
Yeah,
one in Thailand.
it is. Yeah, it's the same. The same.
The
The
one in
same.
Thailand.
It's yeah. Thailand, uh,
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Except
Uh,
Indonesia.
Indonesia is really different. But
Different.
I was surprised to learn from Henke that they don't have the Makapuno. I thought they also have Makapuno. Apparently they don't have. They only have Copior. Copior is different.
Copio. Yes.
Copior
Okay.
is different.
So that provides us a glimpse of the status of the presence of the real Makapuno in
Yes.
our
I,
nation.
I, I wish we had invited India because India has the same. But then we decided to have only 4 international speakers. So I did not pursue India. But India has the same.
The same with us.
Yes, the same with us.
Okay, so that will have to be put into the record
Yes.
in our database. But
Okay.
going back to the PCA, Ma'am Plete, because I'm still asking PCA, with this development, what is the direction of PCA? So that we will know whether they will support still Makapuno later on in terms of determining this particular, the genetic distribution of
Yeah.
potential
I
Makapuno.
wish they would.
Uh, and then look at the profile of the fatty acids and then the galactomannan, the presence. Even though it's not the real Makapuno, who knows, it has a different fatty acid and
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. True.
There,
galactomannan.
there was no more time to do more studies when I was still there because I was doing this no approval from PCA yet.
Okay. Anyway, we have to talk about it later on.
Ano lang, I
I
was
think
doing it on my
Deputy
own. And
Administrator Arlene has
Okay.
his mic.
Good afternoon, Alex. Good afternoon, Atilinda.
yes,
Actually, so many times I have already instructed Alba Research Center both for the that luno. I have already tasted that luno, and then they are working on it. And for the Makapuno Galaktumanan, I already instructed Christy and also Joe to focus more on the development of food products out of Galaktumanan and Makapuno, because what we have now as a new direction for research is to be responsive to the market demand and also those with opportunity, especially in the niche market, and the health benefits of these potentials of Makapuno. And of course, we will be working with other universities and of course with DOST, and we will be really allotting money for the Makapuno and Luno, and we will include that in our possibly in the hybridization program. I already separated money for research on hybridization, and we will include Makapuno as part of our R&D compliance as far as new direction and transformation under the leadership of General Madrigal. That is what we want to happen now under the research and development branch. It's not anymore research and development, but research for development, because what we want to do is develop all the varieties and also the products that with potential and with market demand. So rest assured that we will be supporting the Makapuno industry, and PCA will be join the bandwagon as far as what you have started and what Atilinda Rillo has initiated for so many years. So before I leave PCA, rest assured that there will be new direction in the research and development branch of PCA, and will be asking the support of Alex because siya yung very enthusiastic as far as Makapuno is concerned. I will be committing, and I know that General Madrigal, it will be full support of this what we want for the industry roadmap of the Makapuno.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma'am
Thank
Erlyn.
you,
That's
Dr.
a very good news.
Yes,
Thank you,
very,
ma'am. And
very good,
that's
very
on
good indeed.
record po, ha?
Very good indeed.
We will report that in the way forward.
Okay. I have the support. Actually, I have the support of the brother of our administrator. That's why I'm so confident.
Good.
And that's a very good collaboration. Thank you
Yes,
very much po, Ma'am Rilio, Dr. Madrigal, and Ma'am Erlyn. And
the two
Mr.
madrigals.
yeah, the Madrigal.
The
Okay.
madrigals.
Allow me to read the citation of the certificate or the plaque of appreciation for Mr. Kembu. DOST Calabarzon and Cavite State University Don Severino de las Alas campus award this plaque of appreciation to Mr. Alfred Kembu of Coconas Industry Corporation in grateful recognition of his invaluable contribution as plenary speaker during the second National Makapuno Summit with the theme Empowering the Stakeholders of the Philippine Makapuno Industry Amidst the Pandemic, given this 27th day of November 2020 via Zoom meeting and Facebook Live, signed
Mamaya na may meeting
Alexander
ako.
R. Madrigal, Director DOST-4A, and Hernando D. Robles, President, Cavite State University. Once again, thank you and congratulations, Mr. Kembo. Okay, I think this is the last call for Ma'am Liorna. Are you already with us?
Ma'am, there is a question, or there is an
Yes,
Dr.
po.
Dr. Cueto would like to add something about the Luno.
Sure, sir. Sure po.
Thank you very much. Dr. Cueto.
Hey, good afternoon. Sir Alex, sorry ha.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I would like to say something about Luno. It's right that during time of Mrs. Rillo, she has started the research on Luno. As of now, we have 3 Luno, embryo cultured Luno planted. It's just that based on our observations, they are not responsive in terms of the Luno yield compared to Makapuno. I mean, they are not really the true to type Luno, even they are embryo cultured, because the yield of Makapuno of the Luno farms, uh, the Luno yield is still low. The highest that we are getting is around 25% lately, no? We even had to do some hand pollination, but still, the Luno coconut yield is not that stable in terms ng uh, yield performance. Sometimes we are getting no Luno, the maximum is 50% per band. That was the highest that we were able to get. So what we are looking into is on the molecular level with the DOST Picard funded project. We have this study on the transcriptomics of Luno, Makapuno, and the normal coconut. The project is ongoing and it's a collaborative project between UPLB genomics team in the Institute of Biological Science and PCA Albay. And we hope that with this project, we will be able to get some deeper understanding on the phenotype, on the biochemical, and then the physiological attributes of why Luno is performing this way. So, yun. We for the even for embryo culture, we really have hard times getting them germinate lately in the lab. The Luno embryos that we are collecting from these embryo culture farms that we have here at ARC. So we still look forward for an increase in number of
Let's scroll down.
nuts that could be collected and cultured. Yun po. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cueto, for sharing that information to us. Okay, so I believe finally, Ma'am Liorna made it to the Zoom meeting after several tries. So are you ready, ma'am?
Yes po. Thank you
Again,
po.
the second best poster paper for this year's summit, entitled Development and Quality Evaluation of Makapuno Biscotti, to be presented by Ms. Maricel A. Liorna. Ma'am?
Hello, good afternoon. My apology for not having me in the previous calls. It may be because of the internet connection situation in our place. So this afternoon, as mentioned, I'm going to present the poster paper entitled Development and Quality Evaluation of Makapuno Biscotti. Makapuno has a good nutritional profile, especially in its fatty acid content and protein. However, it cannot be processed into copra, unlike the normal coconut. It is also very challenging to market in its fresh form because it is quite bulky, heavy, and highly perishable once the nut is already split open. Presently, there is no industry in Region 8 wherein the Makapuno trees are planted from BSU seedling production, in which that utilize Makapuno into useful product. So, on the other hand, pressed coconut meat or sapal, locally known as sapal, is a bio-waste for processing or from processes that utilize coconut milk. Though it is already a waste in natural setting, but it is rich in vitamins, minerals, protein, and also good source of fat, minimal fat. It is rich in potassium, phosphorus, calcium, and other essential micronutrients. And some previous studies believe or found out that when this pressed coconut meat is incorporated into a food product, just like baked product, it would facilitate the evaporation of moisture and thus shorten the cooking or drying time or baking time per se. More so, it can increase the fiber or protein content of the product and may help meet the requirements for fiber intake that may prevent colon cancer, according to the study of Trinidad 2000. The National Coconut Research Center at the Visayas State University has produced 17% of pressed coconut meat from the whole mature coconut, or more than 50% of the coconut meat from its virgin coconut oil production using cold process. Same is true for small processors and individuals who are involved in the manufacture of food products that utilize coconut milk, just like nata de coco and other viand and known delicacies. With a vision to help coconut and Makapuno farmers, it is the goal of this research to utilize Makapuno meat, which cannot be processed into copra, and the pressed coconut meat, which is commonly a waste in many preparations, into a useful product. In this particular experiment, they are utilized into a baked product called biscotti. What is biscotti then? Biscotti is an Italian term that refers to a twice-baked rectangular-shaped goodies. Processing biscotti followed the usual common baking process with slight modifications. The preliminary experiments had able to establish the processing schedule, which means the baking time and temperature for Makapuno biscotti. Then optimization of the ingredients that include, the Makapuno meat, the pressed coconut meat or sapal, and all-purpose flour following the central composite design of response surface methodology, so that the combination of these three ingredients would be defined. That would be best for the manufacture of Makapuno biscotti. Then after producing the product, these are subjected to evaluation, including product acceptability, physicochemical evaluation, including nutritional profiling, and also the consumer acceptability or market study was conducted, including the financial analysis of producing the product. The first three graphs under results section, as you can see there, that are the superimposed plots of the contour plots of product acceptability. And that from that figure, you can see what are the possible combinations recommended for processing biscotti, considering the three main ingredients of the product. For the shaded region there,
Okay, looks like Ma'am Liorna's screen froze. Do we still have Ma'am Liorna? Ma'am? You're on mute, ma'am. Your mic is on mute, Ma'am Liorna.
can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. The internet connection is not stable presently. It used to be. Can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am, please proceed.
Okay, so the shaded region there of the three graphs represent the product acceptability of Makapuno biscuit, which is not 7 or better in the 9-point hedonic scale, which is equivalent to like moderately or better. So any combination within that shaded region can be a good combination for this Makapuno biscotti, considering these three ingredients. And also, have you seen those lines there that define the regions? It is the parameters or the sensory acceptability that would limit the acceptability of the product. Or in this case, which the very common attributes that serve as the limiting factor to increase acceptability of the product up to 9, which is like extremely, are the flavor and the mouthfeel. So for this, once the product is already established for this particular combination, the product then was produced and then analyzed for its other qualities. So in nutritional profiling, you could see that the product is rich in fat. The fat there comes from makapuno and the pressed coconut meat, because not all of the oil or fat that is from the pressed coconut meat after extracting the coconut milk can be taken out from the solid material, because we are just using jack-aided mechanical presser. Then fiber is also rich in this particular product, protein and iron. The market study for this particular product revealed that 99 out of 100 persons in the target market who are who evaluated the product liked the product very much. So laboratory scale production of producing biscotti was done, and financial analysis computation was done based on the laboratory scale of producing the product and based on the wage rate in our region, in Region A. The computed ROI for this particular processing is 52%, having a payback period of 1.77 years. Having those important data that we have, it can be concluded that with the combination of those ingredients, the three ingredients optimized in this particular product, the product has a good acceptability. It has also a good nutritional profile, and with this attributes, it can be concluded that the product is a very good food material. And also, as you can see also in the data, the product has a very low moisture content. It has 5.8, maybe because the incorporation of pressed coconut meat facilitate the baking process, because the baking process is very short, not so very long. And so with that condition, the product is stable during storage, because researchers have found that a product having a moisture content of 8 or below, it has a good characteristics during storage, or it is stable during storage. And more so, having a good ROI and payback period data computed. Therefore, this particular technology is a good consideration for commercialization. So with that, thank you very much for your time listening to this paper.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again to your team, Ma'am Liorna, and to VSU. Again, our second best poster paper will receive a cash prize of 7,000 pesos. 7,500 pesos. I'm sorry. Okay, so again, congratulations, ma'am, and we are very glad that at least despite all the
The
technology
odds.
glitches, you were able to make it this afternoon and present your poster paper. By the way, the certificates of recognition for the poster paper winners will be sent through your email. Thank you. Do you have questions?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. If our audience have questions for Ma'am Liorna, then I guess we can entertain some questions. But if there's none, then we can proceed to the next part. I'll just check. And let's also check our Facebook page. Okay. So having no queries, again, thank you very much, Ma'am Liorna, and to your team. And to put together what happened in this two-day Makapuno Summit, let me call on the Assistant Regional Director for Technical Operations of DOST Calabarzon, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Emelita P. Bagsit. Ma'am?
Hi. Good
Good
afternoon po,
afternoon po.
ma'am. Good afternoon to all our participants. Ah, so congratulations po sa ating R&D posters competition winners. So at this point, I will be sharing with you the synthesis of our Makapuno Summit, written, authored by the Vice President for Research and Extension of Cavite State University, Dr. Ruel Mojica. So nautusan lang po ako, ma'am. So,
Okay po.
and I will read. We have come to the last part of our summit, which is our time to reflect on the two-day activity that opened our minds and broadened our appreciation of the potentials of Makapuno industry, which we hope to develop and bring into the global arena. For this summit, we have invited local and international speakers to give us various insights on the developments of Makapuno happening in Vietnam, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, France, and the European region, and here in the Philippines. We were all amazed on the possibility of producing Makapuno in bioreactors shared with us by Dr. Joey Lee of Singapore. We were also inspired with the success stories of our farmers, farm technicians, and agricultural officers from the Alabat Makapuno Island, which motivated us to do more and serve better. To sum up, let us use the letters of the word Makapuno to bring home some lessons we got from the various sessions in this summit. So for letter M, make technologies available to fast-track development of the Makapuno industry. A, access to resources must be made available to as many stakeholders as possible to promote further research and development initiatives. So good to hear that no less than the Deputy Administrator, Ma'am Arlene Manuhar, committed to provide funds for Makapuno R&D. And we will put that on record, ma'am. So K, keen study of Makapuno-related data is necessary to identify the gaps and the specific roles where each stakeholder can contribute. A, assess the market needs and consumer preferences to develop business opportunities for local and international market. P, persevere to conduct more relevant research and development projects to meet the needs of the industry. U, uncover and explore more ways to extend assistance to the communities, especially to the Makapuno farmers and entrepreneurs. And nourish partnerships to broaden horizons to reach more with greater global impact. And O, opportunities to discuss developments through conferences and summits must be continued to motivate stakeholders to engage in various Makapuno initiatives. just like what we did today and yesterday. And that we hope to continue as we live and end today. As we move forward and take part in the next steps in this endeavor, may we not forget that the summit showed us the value of unity, that if we work in harmony with one another, making Makapuno industry as a world-recognized industry will not be impossible. This might be the end of the summit, but this is just the start of the real work. So thank you again for participating, and we are hoping for more collaborations for the lab of the Makapuno industry. So yun ma'am. Message from BP Ruel Mojica.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Emmy, and also to Dr. Roel Mojica. It was an inspiring synthesis, no? Parang it's an exciting future. There's an exciting future ahead of the Makapuno industry. And now we come to the end of the summit, and we all wonder what's in store, no? Aside from what Dr. Roel conveyed, what's in store for the Makapuno industry? This and more, we will hear from the ever-supportive Regional Director of DOST Calabarzon, Dr. Alexander Madrigal. Sir?
Okay. May I request assistance from Aaron? So this is the summary of what we have taken note based on the discussion, based on the report, and this is just a recommendation. With this particular statement on our way forward, we still have to be subjected to the to a group, especially a technical working group, which normally look at the roadmap, but have to be validated with the private sectors and with the other partners. There will be, we categorize this way forward into several sectors and or rather sections in terms of topics, so that we will have a good glimpse of what have to be done in each particular category. But as a statement, I'm very thankful for Cavite State University and our partners who organized this symposium. This is way above the first national symposium because we have add international flavor and we have a good grasp of what is happening now in our neighboring countries, in particular to this particular in this commodity which is Makapuno. And we owe that to Dr. Rillo. Thank you very much, Ma'am Rillo. Your passion really has contaminated me a lot. And I hope our is infectious enough to contaminate KABSU, who will now be our anchor institutions that will collaborate all this undertaking on the way forward, because we have established it as our host institution for the research, development, and innovation of the Makapuno. So we will have to encourage Dr. Robles and Dr. Ruel Mojica to look at this way forward, and then synchronize, synthesize, and make a what we call a very good revitalization of the roadmap, so that they could look into the output of this workshop and take all those considerations. So let me now present to you our way forward. Yesterday, I was asked by Ma'am Lady, what are the three most important items that we should to revive the industry or to further move the industry. But it will be dispersed now into these different sectors. Yung mga sinabi kong item. Okay, so Aaron, let me have the presentation. So we divided into the items into six parts. What are the needs for policy development, the research and development, the knowledge and sharing management aspect, marketing, manpower development, facilities and infrastructure, and partnership and linkages. But maybe later on you could also resynthesize this, and maybe you could come up with a different categorization. But for this purpose, please bear with me. For policy development on the production side, we could look at the establishment of separate standards for certification of nurseries. Importante yung ating paggagalingan ng mga planting material and the ECN laboratory. So the identification of Makapuno as special priority community of PCA and DA should also be given emphasis. Meron sanang magmamay-ari nung tinatawag na headship kung sino ba ang magbabanner ng Makapuno. Is it particularly DA and PCA, I think is the best one. The R&D Center will be a supportive one, yung R&D Center, which collaborate all the other centers for PCA, for state universities, and even the private sector are doing their own R&D. Like now, we have a very good laboratory here in Los Baños, and a good number of people who are scientists has established it, and they're really looking into the other products from the Makapuno Galactumanan. And so the private, the public, and this institution should work together in this particular policy development. Look how Cogen study can benefit the Makapuno products. I don't know if they still have an opportunity to revive the support from Cogen, but people from like Dr. Rillo and the PCA could look into this. On the processing side, let's look at the establishment of PNS for Makapuno and its byproducts. Importante yan. The Makapuno, shall we say, should have a standard and its products. Ano yun? So that could be a good way forward. Next, Aaron, next slide, please. For research and development on the production side, well, collaboration itong academic-industry partnership, So that particularly mga sinabi kanina ng sharer natin, the one from Agusan, si Sir, marami siya sinabi na dapat pagtuunan ng ating mga production aspect sa plantation and then sa culture and management. So let's have a partnership along that line. But this could be done sa local, sa isang part ng category. Attainment of ECM hectarage target of 300 hectares nationwide, at least 300 in the next, we say, 2 to 3 years. Matagal pa nga yung 3 years. Dapat itong 300 na ito, ma-attain na natin. With the participation of the private lab. One laboratory is offering me, sabi, if the government is willing to pay, even at 400, they're willing to accept the challenge and produce that number of seedlings at the cost of 400. That's a good start that we could look into, so that we could satisfy the 300 hectares requirement. But this will require participation of large-scale plantation. Yung sinabi ko kaninang strategies kanina earlier on. Transport ready to acclimatize seedlings in bottles and coordinate this with ECM labs nearby Calabarzon. So how do we make use of network of labs na kung saan yung mga network of labs with network of nurseries, private nurseries. Kasi pwede naman yung network of laboratory supply yung maliliit na plantlets so that the nursery, private nursery operators could now grow it out because para ma-lessen yung stress do sa mga private, sa mga government laboratories and even state universities. Let the private nurseries do their share in the distribution of this planting material. Okay, investigate and study the reported germinating Makapuno nuts. Well, we have discussed it already early on in sa case ng Indonesia or even in Papua New Guinea. On the processing side, next please. Everyone. Upscale the production products needing standardization. Ito yung mga products na pwedeng binanggit sa atin ng Nanyang Polytechnic. So, attention, KABSU, pag-develop natin ng mga research program, we could categorize whether these are product development, standardization, production and management, breeding and improvement, ng mga genotype or even yung pag ng genetic profiling, so that each package of programs can be submitted to different funding agencies. So I'm just saying that yung mga ideas kanina na sinabi ng which are more high-tech indeed, could be submitted to PICYARD, no? Yung mga klase ng product development. And I think hindi naman siguro tayo pahihindihan ng PICYARD along that line kasi that's still product development from local materials, So technology transfer to MSMEs on the processing, mga madami natin na-develop na products na. Kanina nung ni-report do sa ating competition ng ating tawag dito. yung board, yung ating posters. So marami doon ang dapat na ipamahagi at ilagay sa isang katulad ng ginawa ni Dr. Rillo noon na marami na rin sila na-publish ng mga product researches into a pamphlet or in a book, Collaboration of DOST, PCRDF, and Pharma Sciences with Nanyang Polytechnic will be pursued. So itutuloy namin yan, yung mga pinag-usapan namin ng upscaling ng extraction process ng galactomanan. Kasi hindi pa rin masyadong, baka meron sinasabi yung ating kaibigan doon sa Nanyang na there's a better way of extracting the galactomanan or improve the one that has been developed by PCA or one being developed by PCRDF. Next item, knowledge and sharing. So we should have a proposal on the PCM inventory of research project. Siguro dapat meron talaga, pagsamahin na natin to, magkaroon tayo ng isang knowledge management center, information center na all about Makapuno. Kanina merong kinuha, nung mag-report kahapon si Mr. Rozu, yung ating French, sabi niya, biro mo, ang dali niya nakuha yung mga itemized list of researches on Makapuno, and even the marketing trends. So maybe we could have something like a knowledge management center, which can also be lodged at the Cavite State University. So that's the way forward. Next. It's Aaron, please. Okay, production and processing side sa marketing. Well, siguro we could look at agroecotourism as a platform to popularize Makapuno. And then we could also look at the marketing of the production doon sa idea ng island economy concept. Something like that we have done with Alabat Island. So we could also improve on the market and logistical support system by tying up large-scale production to processing, so that the needs of the processing industry, lalo yung mga gumagawa ng sweet, could also expand their market dun sa export, Kasi marami parang pwede pa natin i-expand yung marketing sa abroad. Okay. So even other types of products that are marketable, dapat i-improve rin natin yan. Okay. Next, the aspect of manpower development. So, palagi ko, ituloy pa rin natin yung network of PCM growers. Dapat nakalagay pa rin yan sa ating database, And the nut suppliers and processors all over the Philippines. Noon, inumpisa namin to, but it was not sustained. But now, meron na tayong anchor institution. The anchor institution could create several groups that could work on the knowledge management center. May magwo-work sa R&D, may magwo-work sa extension and communication, and could work into industry partnership with the private sector. So training of technicians and MS and PhD, palagi ko, PCA ito ang dapat na yung mga we are already short of a breeder na tututok sa Makapuno. Maraming ginagawa na si Sir Rivera. So someone should also should look into the development of our technical support and human resource development, especially kung mabibigyan ito ng scholarship ng PCA. Next, facilities and infrastructure, establishment of the Makapuno Center. So meron tayong anchorage done, but we have to further support the, the, the sustenance of our ECM laboratories. Particularly, let's have a collaboration with the private sector. Sabi ko rin, yung nurseries, dapat na-establish yung mga private nurseries, yung collaboration there, so that the more yung efficiency ng production ng matututok ng mga private public laboratories ng PCA at saka ng State University into the development of plantlets, not in the seedlings. Okay. Next. On partnership and linkages, we could develop stakeholders platform that could interact and have an exchange of ideas and transact business there in that particular platform, maybe an internet platform or a web platform. And then let's look at the international collaboration potentials for the exchange of materials or breeding materials, and maybe we could look at handing, hand to hand or pagbibigay ng tulong sa ating mga kasamahan both internationally and locally for the production and the processing sector. And then I would encourage sana in the next 3 to 4 years magkaroon ulit tayo ng isang pagpupulong nasyonal. Baka mamaya marami na tayo nagawang mas magagandang bagay pa, produkto, at tingnan natin kung yung ating roadmap ay na-sustain natin. So with that, that's the way forward that I could say in a statement to end this particular forum. So with that, magandang hapon po at salamat po ng marami sa ating lahat. Lahat po kayo ay kabalikat at kasama sa pagganap at pagkakasautuparan ng ating symposium. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alex. With the tandem of the Madrigals, as Dr. Rilio puts it, I am positive that this is indeed the way forward for the Makapuno industry. And that concludes the second National Makapuno Summit, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't forget to fill out the evaluation form so you can receive your certificate. Again, our appreciation to all the participants, viewers, working committees, and everyone who contributed their time and effort for the success of this event. Congratulations, DOST Calabarzon and Cavite State University. This has been your host, Adora Joy T. Plete. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Stay safe and God bless us all.
God bless all. Thank you.
Thank you.